All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me for today's video. And today we're going to be checking out the Bogner Shiva 20th Anniversary Edition. It's loaded with KT88s, and I've been wanting to check one of these out for a while. Let's get started. So before we get started, I just wanted to thank Motor City Guitar for allowing me to take this amplifier home so that I can demo it for you guys. And by the way, if you're looking for some good deals on gear, I have an affiliate link with Motor City Guitar in the description of this video. Click on that link, visit their website, and check out all the great prices on all the gear that they have. They ship anywhere in the continental US, and if you buy outside of the state of Michigan, you don't pay any sales tax. And by the way, this amplifier right here is available for you to buy if you like what you hear in this video. And these are kind of hard to find, so I'd take advantage of it if you really want to get one of these. So what I'm going to do today is I'm literally going to stumble my way through this amplifier. I've never played it before, so I'm just going to kind of find my way through the best settings that I can get on both channels and just see what happens. So let's discover some cool stuff about this amp in real time. So what we're going to do is start out on the clean channel. I'm going to start out with no effects and just see how good of a tone I can get out of it. And as soon as I get a good tone, I'll dress it up with some effects, some chorus and delay, and see how it sounds then. And then we'll move on to the high gain channel. So as you can see, everything's set to neutral on the amplifier. And let's start dialing it in. Well, that sounds very warm and full. So now let's go ahead and engage the bright switch and see what that does. Well, that sounds really good. It's full, it's warm, it's bright, it's got a really nice big sound to it. So let's dress it up with some effects. I'll turn on the Julia chorus and my Flashback 2 delay pedal. So with the effects engaged, I felt like I needed to turn the treble down a little bit. Here are the settings now. I had the treble here, bass here, and it's got a really nice, warm, full sound to it. Now let's move on to channel 2. I'm going to start with the overdrive pedal off, and then once I get a good usable tone dialed in, I'll engage the pedal and take it from there. Okay, so that's all the gain that this amplifier has on tap, so I'm definitely going to need to engage the overdrive pedal. But before I do that, I'm going to mess around with the EQ and some of the switches on this channel. It does have a shift button on it, which pulls out the mids. It just gives it that scooped mid sound. And we also have a boost option on this amplifier as well. And what the boost does is it not only gives you more volume, but it adds some fullness and a little more gain to the amp as well. So let's engage that feature before we turn on the overdrive pedal. Yeah, that shift button really does suck out the mid. So if you want that old school, super scooped sound, I mean, that'll do it for you. But I'm going to leave that disengaged because I want a nice big full sound here. I just wanted to show you what that switch does. So now let's engage the boost and dial it in further from there. Well, the boost definitely added some more fullness and a little more gain, I think. There's something going on there, but it made it a little fuller and, yeah, just a hair more gain. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the overdrive pedal now, and I'm going to disengage the built-in boost on the amplifier, and I just want to see what it sounds like without the built-in boost on and an overdrive in front of it. Well, that definitely helped a little bit. So now let's engage the built-in boost while the overdrive pedal's on and see what that sounds like. Yeah, I think those are the best settings for me anyway. So built-in boost on and push with an overdrive pedal. And again, the built-in boost doesn't tighten it up at all. It's just adding, I don't know, it's just a little more fullness and maybe just a hair more gain. But with the overdrive pedal combined with that, it actually sounds a lot better. So now let me dial it in a little bit more with the amplifier in this current state. You know, this amp a little bit reminds me of one of the Friedman amps that I've played a while back. I can't really put my finger on it, but it does remind me a little bit of one of the Friedman amps. It's a little emptier, though. The Friedman amp was a little thicker. This amp isn't really compressed. It's more open. So if you like a more open amplifier and you're kind of going for that old school Jerry Cantrell tone, because everybody knows he used one of these back in the day, then this would actually be a good choice for you. Now, does it do modern metal? I don't think it'll do modern metal, but it'll do more of the old school stuff from like late 80s, early 90s, that kind of era, you know. Alice in Chains, you know, that whole vein of music. I think this amplifier fits really well in that. So if you're into those kind of tones, this would actually be a really good choice for you. Well, I think I have this amplifier dialed in about as good as I can get it, so let's do a few more riffs with it and then we'll call it a day. Well, one nice thing I just discovered on this amp is this button right here. The mode button. It added some gain and aggression to the amplifier right away, so I'm going to show you what that does. I'm going to cycle it on and off so you can hear it. All right, well, we're kind of stepping on the grass of a little bit of metal territory now. I still don't think it's going to do modern metal very well, but that button definitely added some aggression and another gain stage to the amplifier, and it sounded much better to me. So now I have this thing breathing about as much fire as it can. You know, I have the gain cranked, it's pushed with an overdrive, I have the built-in boost on, and I have the mode switch engaged as well. So there's no more left in the tank here. It's pretty much putting it all out there, and I think it's doing a pretty good job. So a couple more riffs and then we'll call it a day. Well, there you have it. That's both channels on the Bogner Shiva 20th Anniversary Edition. I can see why Jerry Cantrell played this back in the day, because it does have that throwback sound to it. It really does. Do I think it can do modern metal even after I've, you know, dialed it in about as hot as I can get it and spent some more time with it? I guess it's subjective, you know. If you like how this sounds and you're a metal player, see if it works for you. My personal taste, I think that it wouldn't work for modern metal for me anyways, but I could see how other guys might question my my opinion on that and want to try it for themselves. But if you're looking for that 90s old school sound, like in the vein of Alice in Chains, I mean, this amp really does do it. Now, I really did like the clean channel on this amp. I mean, it was really big and full sounding, and it was warm and chimey. And those are the two things I really look for in an amp. Because if it's just chimey, well, then it's too harsh, you know. But if it's just warm, now it sounds kind of dark and dull. So it needs to have both of those characteristics in it, and the clean channel in this amplifier definitely does. does. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you like what you heard in the video, I mean, again, click the link in the description and it'll take you right to Motor City Guitars store, and you can order this and have them ship it to you. To all my subscribers and Patreon supporters, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I either go live or come out with new episodes. Well, I got a lot more coming up for you guys. I'll see you on the next video.